Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kemi, and I'm here to talk to you about Bravo's Love Hotel Season 1, Episode 4. Wow. This episode was oh, wow. Okay. So let's just go ahead and get to it. So we're the next day, last episode, Shannon and Earl had their little spat or whatever. So we're at the next day, and Earl is telling his side of the story, how he was feeling and how he saw things or whatever. So he goes to Shannon and he apologizes, and he, gave his side and lets her know, this is how I saw it, and I apologize, blase blase. He really took accountability, apologized for what it was, and Shannon was just like, okay. And she don't see it for him no more at this point. She gonna break my guy's heart, or I don't really know, because by the end of the episode, she gives him something and he's crying. Really can't wait to see what it is that she gave him. So we go to, let's see. So all the, like, after Earl goes and apologizes, that everyone comes together to talk with Joel, because Joel is basically letting them know what today is gonna entail. And Giselle, she lets Earl know, like, you can't be letting my girls cry or whatever. And Giselle is a girl's girl for this show, I guess. Um, so basically, all the ladies, they have to choose a guy to go on a date with. Luann asks James, and they're gonna zip line. Ashley asks Wale, and they're going to do a giant swing. Giselle asks Phil, um, and they're gonna do UTV rides. And then Shannon asks Adam, and they're going on a camel safari. So Ashley was talking to Jason, yes. Ashley was talking to Jason, because I guess the night before, because when they were talking about it, I was just like, did I miss something? But I guess they had conversations off camera, and he was basically telling her how he was in a throuple, like two girls had approached him, and they were in a relationship for 8 months. And Ashley is not here for that anymore, because she's just like, she did that in her last relationship, and she's not trying to do that. So, like, she's basically turned off of, like, she don't see it for Jason no more. Um Giselle sees it for Phil's wallet. Really, that's all it is. So every they go on this date, and they go away from the hotel. So everyone goes on their date. Luann and James, they're cute. So she's really feeling him, and he's really feeling her. Like, they have, like, they have this little flirty date. They're all having fun. He's giving her piggyback rides. They're just like, they're being all really cute and cutesy with each other. Giselle and Phil, like, they're on their UTVs, and they're talking, and he's telling her, like, what he has. Like, he was talking about how he has a Rolls Royce or something like that, and she was just like, "Oh, okay, that's what's up." They also talk about, I don't know if this was later in the day or if this was at their date. They talked about how they both have, kids that are grown and gone. And he was just like, one of his sons lives with him. He's 20, but he feels like he doesn't live with him because he's always gone or whatever. They also talk about marriage, because Giselle asked if he wants to get married, and he's basically like, I'll get married if my partner wants to get married. And Giselle's just like, okay, cool, we on the same wavelength. So if something happens with them, um they'll be okay, because neither one of them at this point really wants to get married. And I don't think Phil has ever been married, so that's why it's just like, he's just like, it is what it is. He don't really care about it. Also, Giselle does not like any of these guys. She's really just here for a vacation, and I ain't mad at her. Do you, boo? Wale and Ashley, they do their little giant swing, and it was a cute little date. They did the little swing where it's like kind of like a bungee jump, but not. They make out. Then they talk about what happened the other night. I guess when it was just like she was talking to Jason a lot or whatever. So they talk about that, and he's basically letting her know like he understands. Let me see. He understands that they're like dating other people, like, well, not they, but she's dating other people, so he does understand. But he, like, he would still like to be considered. So he gives her a note, and she's just like, oh my god, this is such a turn on. Or she likes that he keeps showing her interest, and he's like, he's putting that, he's like he's applying pressure or whatever, and she likes it. So oh, and then Shannon and Adam, they're on their date on the safari. And I feel like Adam really talked the most on this date. I didn't really see Shannon talk a lot, but I don't know for Shannon. And I thought it was Luann that I wasn't gonna like, but Shannon is just like, she's she doesn't know what she wants. She's like, eh, but I guess. So they all, they go on their date, they come back, and all the ladies discuss their dates and, have fun or whatever, talk about what it is. Then they they all go back out, or they go back to what they were doing. Giselle, she goes to sleep because Giselle, she'd be the first to be in bed. So she goes to sleep, and the other ladies go out. Um, Earl approaches Shannon, but she's just like she's still talking to Adam. So she was just like, "Oh yeah, me and Adam were just about to go on a walk," because Adam had just asked her to go for a walk or whatever. So he was just like, "Okay, well, I'll just talk to you later or whatever." So he goes to bed. Um Wale, Jason, ooh, and I forgot the other guy that likes, because he about to go home pretty. I think the other guy that likes Giselle, I forgot what his name is, but they all like sitting around talking, and Ralph like pulls Ashley to the side to talk to her, and he's just like, basically telling her like, I didn't think I was on your radar, like, I'm really interested, and they're talking or whatever. And Wale sees it, but he's like, he's watching, but he's not like, he watching pretty much. So they're talking, they go back to like where the bar is, and he Ralph is just like, man, I really want to kiss you. But Ashley was just like, no, no, X, Y, and Z, whatever. So she walks away, and she comes back. And by the time she comes back, because she didn't really walk far, but she came back, and Ralph and Adam were talking. So Ashley was just like, in her confessional, she was just like, we have limited time here, so I just really want to seize the moment. So she goes back, and she like, she tells Adam that she needs to talk to Ralph real quick. And so she's telling Ralph, like, basically kiss me. So they kiss, and she's just like, oh my god, like I felt flutters or whatever she was saying, like. And Adam is like over to the side watching the whole, like, acting like he's not watching, but he watching, and they just making out. So the next day comes, she tells Giselle, like, I made out with Ralph, and Giselle was just like, oh, okay, well, do you, boo? That's more of your speed anyway, because that's more of your speed. We all know Ashley's type. So she's just like, okay, well, I don't know what to do, because I still like Wale, but I feel something for Ralph and all this other stuff. She over here doing all of that, talking to Giselle about all of that and whatnot. Ralph done went and told Wale, like, yeah, we kissed. I kissed her. And he was just like, oh, okay, good to know. So, he comes to the room with Ashley and Giselle to talk to them about it or whatever. And Giselle basically let him know, like, you can talk to her, like that's who you're interested in, so do you have fun or whatever. And he lets it be know that he told Wale that they kissed. So Ashley goes and talks to Wale, and they're talking, and Wale is like, he has a crash out moment because he's just like, decorum, like you were just making out with me, you didn't even brush your teeth, take a shower, nothing, and you went to go make out with another dude, like come on now. And it was just like, they're in love. You guys are in love hotel. This is what y'all are gonna do. Sorry, Wally. Like he really had a crash out moment. So yeah, I was just like, poor thing. I felt bad for him. I'm not laughing at it. I'm just, it's funny because it's just like y'all are on a dating show. Like this is what's gonna happen. Like you can't get mad at stuff like that because this is like y'all are actively, like there's four ladies and eight guys, and the four ladies are actively trying to find someone that they have a connection with. So yes, y'all are going to be swapping spit. Like that's not something I would do, but I wouldn't go on a dating reality show. Like if you're going to go on a dating reality show, that is what's going to happen. Like you can't be mad at what's going to happen on a dating reality show. Like, oh my God, he would hate it if he were to go on Love Island. Like, but yeah, so he has a little crash out moment or whatever. Jason tries to talk to Ashley one last time, but she not having it because she's so focused on Ralph at this moment. And they're just like all they keep doing is kissing. So it's like a physical thing. Like Ashley about to be in the same situation that she was with her husband because that man just like, I don't think they have anything in common. Like they haven't really talked about anything. All they do is kiss. That's all they've been doing. Like since they did that first kiss, all they've done is kiss. Like we see them sitting together and talking, but it's like, are y'all really, what are y'all talking about? Like because y'all are talking and then y'all start kissing. So it's just like, girl, I guess we shall see. So we find out that another elimination is coming. So they all have that night to talk to each other and figure out where each guy is with each girl or whatever. And this is when Jason tries to talk to Ashley again, but Ashley again is just so focused on Ralph because she's like, she feels that physical connection with him, and she's not with, I think with Wale they have more than a physical connection. They have something else, but all she's focusing on right now is the physical connection that she has with Ralph. So she may not have that physical connection with Wale. So I think that's why she's focused more on Ralph. Um so and then I also think she was like, she was a little turned off by his little crash out that he had earlier when they talked about it. So she probably like got a little turned off by that. So it is what it is. Um Again, Giselle don't like none of these men. She's just here for the vacation. Luann she's having a good old time with James. She done invited him back to her room, and they just nasty. I mean, they're not really nasty, but they like, she's feeling that one. That's the one for her. So I can't wait to see what happens when Cynthia comes because she about to crash out on him behind Cynthia. So we shall see. Shannon is like, again, she's not really talking to Earl. Like Earl is like an afterthought to her at this moment. So she's really just focused on Adam. And Adam and Luann are walking together or whatever. And Adam was saying, the things that I love about Shannon and the things I love about Luann, if I were to put it all in one woman, it'd be the perfect woman. And it was just like, okay. If I was Shannon, I would be like, okay. So they go back. Shannon and Adam are talking, and then she invites him to her room. So they go to her room, and they're sitting outside by the jacuzzi, and they're talking, and like she really wants him to kiss her, and he's just like, okay, all right, well, good night. He's like, no, and it's like he don't like her. He's using her. He's using her to stay in this place. So like she walks him out because it's just like if you ain't gonna kiss me, like you got to go. So she tries to give him a kiss, like as he's leaving the door, and he like turns his face to the side. So she kisses him on the cheek, and she's just like, well, I guess that's it for me and him. I guess I gotta find somebody else outside of these two. I'm just like, girl, you should have stuck with Earl. That's what you get. That's exactly what you get. And you got Adam in the confessional talk about, yeah, me and Shannon are doing good. I'm taking things slow. And it's just like, sir, you don't have the luxury of taking things slow on this show. It's only 4 weeks. What? I don't know if it's 4 weeks, but he does not have the luxury to take things slow. So it's like, you okay? Like, think. He don't like her, clearly. So we get to the next day, and this is the day of the elimination. So I think like um they're all like, mingling and talking to each other, and like Earl comes back to, or I don't know if Earl came to Shannon, or Shannon came to Earl. Like I think Shannon went to Earl, and she was just like, "Can we talk?" So they go up to her room, and she gives him a letter, and he's like, he's like sad about it, or he's just like, oh my God, I was not expecting this. And it's like, it looks like he's crying. And that's how the episode ends. So, I don't know I can't wait to see what she handed him. Cause it's just like, oh, did she break my guy's heart? Like, I really like Earl. I think Earl would be good for Shannon, but I think she was, with everything that had happened the night before, which was a year to the date of her DUI, I think she was just on such a like on a high, like she was like on an emotional high. Like she took everything that he said the wrong way. And it was like, I don't think anything he would have said would have been like, she wouldn't have taken it the wrong way, because like he was saying like, you would smile at me all this time, and we would just be smiling, and then all of a sudden you give me the stink eye. And it's just like, well, what did I do? And then when I say something, you're just like, oh my God. And he's just like, that triggers me, and I wasn't trying to like, like be rude or disrespectful or offensive or whatever. So it was just a trigger for me. And she plays it off like, well, I was just joking. And it's just like, no, you weren't, Shannon. You weren't joking when you got upset with him because he don't eat vegetables. Like, he's not your child. If he doesn't want to eat vegetables, he don't have to. Let me not go back. But yes, so um Shannon just doesn't see it for him. And it's like, those are the ones that you should see it for. But we shall see who she's gonna pick on next week's episode. Or yeah, we'll see who she picks. If she picks Adam, she gonna be it out of luck, because I feel like Adam really wants to talk to Luann, but Luann is so focused on James, so he's just gonna be stuck with Shannon if Shannon picks him. But we shall see. But that was the episode. If you like what you see, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.